what's up, gang? Jackson here, your cat daddy, and I am so excited. You know, getting these questions from you guys really makes my day. I love seeing people united from all over the world. They're united by their love for cats, and how could you not love that? Speaking of all over the world, today's question comes from Petra in Croatia. Petra, take it away.
Hi Jackson Galaxy, hello from Europe, Croatia. And I wanted to ask you a question about our cat Flecky. He is constantly attacking our hands and biting really hard. Ouch! We play with him multiple times a day. We have all sorts of toys and climbers, and we really spend quality time with him, but he just gets this what you call zoomies and runs around the house. After that, he comes and attacks our hands. And even when we go to sleep, he's very calm, and then suddenly he starts biting. And I wanted from you to tell us what to do and how to, I don't know, just raise him not to eat us when he's a grown cat. Thank you, and we love your videos. Bye.
Petra, I think you pronounce his name Flecky, but Flecky is now about 2.5 months old, and what he's doing is kind of on the normal side, but here's the problem. My guess is, and it's a pretty educated guess, is that you guys probably used your hands as toys with him starting at the age he came to you, which is only about 4 weeks old. And in that time frame, the time frame between 2 and 9 weeks, we call that the sensitive phase of development. Most of the things that they learn, especially when it comes to humans, are right there in that window. So somewhere in there, I'm sure, how could it not be the cutest thing in the world to play with Flecky with your hands like this, and then he latches onto you and you're like, oh, that's the cutest thing in the world, and suddenly those teeth become very sharp and he has not learned how to inhibit that bite, and that's where we are now. He's 2.5 months old. He's still got those baby teeth, and those baby teeth are razor sharp, and as we can see right here, yeah, well, he knows how to grab on, and clearly it hurts. So what do we do about this? We need to start walking back how you guys approach him with play. You say you play with him all the time. I want you to be very hyper aware, and it's not just you, it's everybody who lives with you. There has to be group buy-in here when it comes to not using hands as toys, not using feet as toys. I know it's really difficult, like when your feet are under a blanket and he attacks them. How cute is that? Well, what's going to stop him from attacking your feet when they're outside a blanket? Or if your hand is under a blanket, what's going to stop him when your hands are outside? Or your hands are covered with a sweater and you're still playing hand puppets with him. Be aware of every single time you do it and stop doing it, and make sure that he knows that toys are toys. You can tell if a cat is stalking your hand or just leaning into some love. Let me demonstrate for you. This is leaning into love right here. Like that. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that feels really good right there. And this is, what's that hand, right? Here's a hand coming at me, and I'm like that, and that is when a chomp is going to happen. I'm seeing your hand as a target and not as something that's going to pet me. Be aware of over-petting your cat. Overstimulation is something, especially when they're that young, that can happen in the blink of an eye. Try to just stick to play and not towards overly petting him. And be aware of when he's in that zoomies place that you're talking about. If he's in the middle of zoomies, this little kitten does not know how to just inhibit. So you can't blame him for where he is in his developmental world right now. So just keep playing with him. Try to just be aware of overstimulation. Try to be aware of where he is in his sort of zoomies place. If he's after zoomies and he's in that relaxed place, maybe you can go in for a pet. Petra, this is a great opportunity for you to really get to know your guy, right? As he's starting to mature and get into that place where he's no longer just a little baby kitten and he's getting into his teenage years, do you know when he's more apt to bite and when he's more apt to just get into a little bit of petting and loving and sleeping? Well, the best way to do this, Petra, is to embrace the 3 R's: routine, ritual, rhythm. Get him into a place as the day goes on where you can start predicting when he's up and when he's down. Now, one thing to remember is that kittens don't really have a set circadian rhythm. That rhythm doesn't really get into place until about 6-7 months of age. In the meantime, they're going to sleep for small periods of time, then they're going to be up. And when they're up, it's like a light switch, and when they're down, it's like a light switch goes off. You're going to have to sort of get through that part of things, but in the meantime, what you teach him right now is paramount. Hands are not toys, toys are toys. Pretty simple. It's never too early to start embracing those 3 R's, even at 2.5 months old. Getting him to know that the toy means food, the food means sleep. It'll still be embraced, but it'll just be embraced in shorter spurts. Just know that as he gets older and you keep these 3 R's in place, he will start outgrowing this phase of his life. But he probably won't outgrow the biting if, one, you don't stop presenting your hands as toys, and number two, you don't give him a proper alternative. Life will get easier in general, Petra, as he gets older. Thank you for bringing this to my attention now. It's great. At 2.5 months old, there's still time to correct this behavior, so get on it. All right, Petra, thank you so much for your question. This week's Cat Mojo Rockstar comes to us from Robert and his cat, Mr. Pickles. And Mr. Pickles wearing a fine cat walking vest and going through what looks to me like a Home Depot or something like it. And that's a great shot, wonderful point of view of what it feels like to be a cat in a shopping cart with the whole world staring at him. Great stuff, Robert. Thank you so much for sending it in. If you want to be a Cat Mojo Rockstar, well, you're cat. Or if you want to ask me a question, all you got to do is go to this link right here and send in your submissions, jacksongalaxy.com/submit. Don't forget, if you want a better chance of me answering that question, better shots of your cat doing the behavior really goes a long way. And as far as being a rock star, hey man, you either got it or you don't. And Mr. Pickles, he's got it. All right, you guys, thanks so much. Keep those questions coming. Until next time, all light, all love, all mojo. Show some love to someone this week, all right?